Yes, perhaps a shade gone, I suppose some might say. Poor thing, a shade gone, just a shade in the head. Just a shade, but I doubt it. I doubt it, not really.
Get off me. Keep me
I'm
on.
alright,
All
still
dark.
alright.
I said to him, give her up. I swear by all I held most sacred.
One morning, as I was sitting stitching by the open window, she burst in and flew at me. Give him up, she screamed. He's mine. Her photographs are kind to her. Seeing her now for the first time full length in the flesh, I understood why he preferred me.
We were not long together when she smelled the rat. Give up the whore, she said, or I'll cut my throat. Pardon, so help me God. I knew she could have no proof, so I told her I didn't know what she was talking about.
What are you talking about, I said. Someone yours? Give up whom? I smell him off, she screamed. He reeks of bitch.
Though I had him dug for months by a first-rate man, no shadow of proof was forthcoming, and there was no denying that he continued as assiduous as ever. This, and his horror of the merely platonic thing, made me sometimes wonder if I were accusing him unjustly. Yes.
What have you to complain of, I said. Have I been neglecting you? How could we be together in the way that we are if there was someone else? Loving her as I did, I could not but feel sorry for her.
Fearing she was about to offer me violence, I rang for Erskine and her shone out. Her parting words, as he could testify, if he is still living and has not forgotten, coming and going on the earth, letting people in, showing people out, were to the effect that she would settle my hash. I confess this did alarm me a little at the time.
She was not convinced. I might have known. I smell her off you, she kept saying. There was no answer to this, so I took her in my arms and said I could not live without her. I meant it. Yes, I am sure I did. She did not repulse me.
Judge then of my astonishment when one fine morning I was sitting stricken in the morning room. He slunk in, fell on his knees before him, and buried his face on my lap, and confessed.
She put a bloodhound on me, but I had a little chat with him. He was glad of the extra money.
Why don't you get out, I said, when he started moaning about his home life. There's obviously nothing between you anymore, or is there?
I confess my first feeling was one of wonderment. Watermelon.
Anything between us, he said. What do you take me for, something machine? And why don't you get out, I said. I sometimes wondered if he was not living with her for her money.
The next thing was the scene between them. I can't have her incredulous. Ask Erskine, she said, if you don't believe me. But she threatens to take her own, I said. Not yours, she said? No, I said, hers. We had fun trying to work this out.
Then I forgave him. To what would love not stoop? I suggested Little John to celebrate, to the Riviera. He was looking pale, peaked. But this was not possible just then. Professional commitments.
She came again, just strolled in, all honey, licking her lips, poor thing. I was doing my nails by the open window. He's told me all about it, she said. Who's he? I said, filing away. And what's it? I know what torture you must be going through, she said, and I have dropped in to say I bear no ill feeling. I rang for Erskine.
Then I got frightened and made a clean breast of it. She was looking more and more desperate. She had a razor in her vanity bag. Adulterers, take warning. Never admit.
When I was satisfied it was all over, I went to have a gloat. Just a common tart. What could he have found in her when he had me?
When he came again, we had it out. He went on about why he had to tell her. I felt like death, too risky and so on. That meant he had gone back to her, back to that.
Pudding face, puffy, spots, blabbermouth, jowls, no neck, dogs you wish you could.
He went on and on. I could hear a mower. I stopped him and said that whatever I might feel, I had no silly threats to offer, but not much stomach for her leavings either. He thought that over.
Cows like a flunky.
When I saw her again, she knew. She was looking wretched. Pardon. The problem was how to convince her that no revival of intimacy was involved. I couldn't. I might have known. So I took her in my arms and said I could not go on living without her. I don't believe I could have.
The only solution was to go away together. He swore we should as soon as he had put his affairs in order. In the meantime, we were to carry on as before. By that he meant as best we could.
So he was mine, all mine. I was happy again. I went about sitting in the world.
At home, all hearing, all heart to heart, beef and bygones, bygones. I ran into your ex-doxy, she said one night, on the pillow. You're well out of that. Rather uncalled for, I thought. I am indeed, sweetheart, I said. I am indeed. God, what vermin women. Thanks to you, Angel, I said.
Then I began to smell her off him again.
Finally, it was all too much. I simply could no longer.
I made a bundle of his things and burnt them. It was November and the bonfire was going. All night I smelt them smoldering.
first this change, I actually thanked God. I thought it was done, it is said. Now all is going out.
Mercy, mercy. Tongue's still hanging out for mercy. It will come. You haven't seen me, but you will. But then it will come.
To say I am not disappointed, no, I am. I had anticipated something better, more restful.
Or you will weary of me.
Down, all going down into the dark. Peace is coming, I thought. After all, at last, I was right. God, when first this change.
Less confused, less confusing. At the same time, I prefer this to the other thing. Definitely. There are endurable moments.
I thought.
When you go out, and I go out, someday you will tire of me, go out for good.
Hellish half-light.
Peace, yes, a kind of peace, I suppose. And all that pain as if never been.
Give me up as a bad job. Go away and start poking and pecking at somebody else. On the other hand,
Get off me. Get off me.
It will come, must come. There is no future in this.
on the other hand, things may disimprove. There is that danger.
Is it that I do not tell the truth? Is that it? That someday somehow I may tell the truth at last, and then no more light at last for the truth?
You might get angry and blaze me clean out of my wits, mightn't you?
I know now, all that was play. And all this, when will all this,
Is that it?
Mightn't you?
all this, when will all this have been just play?
I can't do nothing for anybody anymore, thank God. So it must be something I have to say. How the mind works still.
Perhaps they have become friends. Perhaps sorrow has brought them together.
But I doubt it. It would not be like you somehow. You must know I am doing my best, or don't you?
But I have said all I can. All you let me, all I.
No doubt I make the same mistake as when it was the sun that shone, of looking for sense where possibly there is none.
Perhaps they meet over a cup of that green tea they both so loved, without milk or sugar, not even squeeze of
Are you listening to me? Is anyone listening to me? Is anyone bothering about me at all?
not even a squeeze of.
Is this something I should do with my face? Weep.
Am I taboo? Not necessarily now that all danger is averted. That poor creature, I can hear her, that poor creature.
Bite my tongue and swallow it? Spit it out? Would that placate you? How the mind works still, to be sure.
Meet and sit, now in the one dear place, now in the other, sorrow together, and compare. Pardon. Happy memories.
That poor creature who tried to seduce you, whatever became of her. I can hear her, poor thing.
Personally, I always preferred Lipton's.
And that all is falling, all fallen. From the beginning, on empty air. Nothing being asked at all. No one asking me anything at all.
They might even feel sorry for me. They could see me, but never so sorry as I for them.
I can't.
Kissing their sour kisses.
I can't. The mind won't have it. It would have to go. Yes.
I pity them.
What do you do when you go out? Shift?
She had means, I fancy. Though she lived like a pig.
Like dragging a great roller on a scorching day. Strain to get it moving. Momentum coming. Kill it and strain it.
Have I lost the thing you want? Why go out? Why go?
Perhaps she has taken him away to live somewhere in the sun.
Why go down? Why not?
Perhaps she is sitting somewhere by the open window, her hands folded in her lap, gazing down out over the olives.
Why not keep on glaring at me without ceasing? I might start to rave and bring it up. Par.
No.
Done.
Gazing down out over the olives, then the sea, wondering what could be keeping him. Growing cold, shadows stealing everything, creeping. Yes. Poor creature. Poor creatures.
To think we were never together.
Am I not perhaps a little unhinged already?
Poor creature. Poor creatures.
I say, am I not perhaps a little unhinged already? Just a little. I doubt it.
Silence and darkness were all I craved. Well, I get a certain amount of both, they being one. Perhaps it is more wickedness to pray for more.
A little dinghy on the river, I resting my oars, drifting, such fantasies.
Hellish half night.
A shade gone in the head. Just a shade. I doubt it.
We were not civilized.
Dying for dark and the darker the worst. Strange.
Such fantasies, then and now.
I doubt it.
Yes, then the whole thing there staring you in the face. You will see it. Get off me, or weary.
Now that you are just looking at my face, on and off,
Weary of playing with me. Get off me. Yes.
looking for something. In my face, some truth. In my eyes, not even. Your eye, no mind, opening and shutting on me. Am I as much as being seen? Yes, peace would assume all out, all the pain, all as if never been, it will come.
Yes, strange. Darkness best and
The
the
shade gone, I suppose some might say.
All out, all the pain, all We're not long together.
I said to him,
Together. We were not long together.
give her up. I said to him, give her up. Morning as I was sitting.
All this. When will all this be? Just